How to use oxytetracycline. Comprehensive guide for safe and effective treatment. 1. What is oxytetracycline? Oxytetracycline is a broad-spectrum antibiotic belonging to the tetracycline class. It is frequently prescribed to treat both gram-positive and gram-negative bacterial infections, provided laboratory tests confirm bacterial sensitivity to the drug. Like other agents in its class, oxytetracycline acts as a bacteriostatic antibiotic, inhibiting the growth and replication of bacteria rather than killing them directly. Mechanism of action. Oxytetracycline works by reversibly binding to the 30S and 50S ribosomal subunits within bacterial cells. This binding disrupts protein synthesis, thereby preventing bacterial growth and reproduction. Over time, this interruption leads to the gradual elimination of the infection-causing organisms. 2. Spectrum of activity. Oxytetracycline exhibits activity against a wide range of aerobic and anaerobic bacteria. It is effective against both gram-positive and gram-negative organisms. Additionally, it shows efficacy against atypical pathogens such as Mycoplasma, Rickettsia, and Chlamydia species. In recent years, oxytetracycline has also been used to manage acne vulgaris, especially cases caused by Propionibacterium acnes. In topical formulations, its combination with polymyxin B has been proven particularly effective in treating skin infections caused by Pseudomonas aeruginosa. 3. Dosage forms and strengths of oxytetracycline. Oxytetracycline is available in several pharmaceutical forms, including capsules. Each capsule contains 250 mg of oxytetracycline. Intramuscular injection, typically in the form of oxytetracycline hydrochloride combined with 2% lidocaine. Common preparations include 100 mg per 2 ml, 250 mg per 2 ml, 500 mg per 10 ml. Topical ointments. Oxytetracycline 30 mg with polymyxin B 10,000 IU per gram. Combination form with oxytetracycline 5 mg, polymyxin B 10,000 IU, and hydrocortisone 15 mg per gram. Each formulation is prescribed based on the type, location, and severity of the infection, as well as patient-specific factors such as age and medical history. 2. Indications and contraindications of oxytetracycline. 2.1. Indications. Due to the increasing prevalence of antibiotic resistance, the use of oxytetracycline has become more selective. It is now reserved for treating infections caused by pathogens that remain sensitive to this antibiotic, particularly when other options are not suitable. Oxytetracycline is indicated in the treatment of genital and urinary tract infections caused by Mycoplasma species, rickettsial infections including Q fever, chlamydial infections, brucellosis brucella species, nonspecific infections of the respiratory tract, urinary tract, ears, and eyes, particularly when the patient is allergic to penicillin or other first-line antibiotics. Cholera and plague, as part of specific antimicrobial protocols. Acne vulgaris and rosacea, especially in long-term dermatologic management. In topical formulations, the oxytetracycline and polymyxin B combination ointment is prescribed for treating skin infections, including pyoderma conditions such as impetigo, wounds, especially when risk of bacterial contamination is high. The oxytetracycline, polymyxin B, and hydrocortisone combination ointment is used in managing superficial ocular infections, including allergic conjunctivitis and blepharitis. Ear infections such as otitis externa. Prescribers should ensure bacterial susceptibility through culture and sensitivity testing before initiating treatment with oxytetracycline, especially in regions with high resistance patterns. 2.2. Contraindications. The use of oxytetracycline is contraindicated in the following cases. Hypersensitivity to oxytetracycline or any tetracycline class antibiotic. Anatomical abnormalities such as esophageal stricture or obstruction of the gastrointestinal tract. Children under 8 years of age, when administered orally, due to the risk of permanent tooth discoloration and effects on bone growth. Severe renal impairment, as the drug is excreted renally and may accumulate to toxic levels. hepatic failure. Patients with systemic lupus erythematosus. Pregnant and breastfeeding women, due to potential adverse effects on fetal and neonatal bone and dental development. Individuals with porphyria or porphyrin metabolism disorders. Patients currently receiving treatment with vitamin A or systemic retinoids, due to increased risk of intracranial hypertension. 3. How to use oxytetracycline. Oxytetracycline is typically administered orally. In cases where oral administration is not possible, intramuscular injection may be used temporarily. However, the patient should be transitioned to oral therapy as soon as feasible. It is important to note that intramuscular administration of oxytetracycline is often associated with significant pain and results in lower serum concentrations compared to oral dosing. To minimize discomfort, the injection should be administered deeply into a large muscle group and the injection site should be rotated. The presence of food or dairy products significantly reduces gastrointestinal absorption of oxytetracycline. Therefore, it should be taken either 1 hour before or 2 hours after meals. 3.1. Dosage guidelines for oxytetracycline. Dose. Oral administration, 250 to 500 mg per dose, every 6 hours. Maximum total daily dose, 4g. Intramuscular injection, 100 mg every 8 hours. 150 mg every 12 hours. 250 mg once daily. Maximum intramuscular dose, 500 mg per day. Children, 8 years and older. Oral, 6.25 to 12.5 mg/kg per dose, every 6 hours. Intramuscular, 5 to 8.3 mg/kg per dose every 8 hours. 7.5 to 12.5 mg/kg every 12 hours. Maximum intramuscular dose, 250 mg per day. Dosage for specific infections. Brucellosis, 500 mg orally every 6 hours for 3 weeks. Combined with streptomycin 1g intramuscularly every 12 hours for the first week, then once daily in the second week. Uncomplicated gonorrhea, 500 mg orally every 6 hours. Total maximum dose, 9g. Syphilis, 500 mg orally every 6 hours. Early syphilis, 15-day course. Late syphilis, 30-day course. Acne treatment, 250 to 500 mg orally, 2 to 4 times daily depending on disease severity. Recommended treatment duration, 6 to 8 weeks. Regular clinical monitoring is necessary to assess response and modify therapy if needed. Due to its bacteriostatic mechanism, oxytetracycline requires an adequate treatment duration to ensure complete suppression of bacterial growth, allowing the immune system to eliminate the pathogen. Premature discontinuation can lead to recurrence or treatment failure. Recommended treatment durations. Simple acute infections, minimum of 10 days, or at least 3 days after symptom resolution. Febrile infections, 7 to 14 days after fever subsides. Acne, 6 to 8 weeks, with close follow-up to determine effectiveness. If there is no clinical improvement within the expected treatment window, the regimen should be reassessed and alternative therapies should be considered. 3.2. Oxytetracycline overdose and treatment. Symptoms of oxytetracycline overdose primarily involve the gastrointestinal system and may include anorexia, nausea, and diarrhea. In overdose cases, treatment focuses on limiting further absorption of the drug within the digestive tract, such as through gastric lavage or activated charcoal, and providing supportive care based on clinical presentation. There is no specific antidote for oxytetracycline overdose. 4. Precautions when using oxytetracycline. Several important precautions must be considered during oxytetracycline therapy. Superinfection risk. Prolonged use can disrupt normal flora and promote overgrowth of non-susceptible organisms, including fungi. If superinfection develops, oxytetracycline must be discontinued and alternative therapy should be initiated. Esophageal irritation. Oxytetracycline can cause irritation or ulceration of the esophagus. To minimize this risk, the drug should be taken with a full glass of water in an upright position. Patients should avoid lying down immediately after dosing and should not take the medication before bedtime. Bone and dental effects. Oxytetracycline binds to calcium in developing bones and teeth. In children, this may lead to permanent tooth discoloration, yellow, gray, or brown, and enamel hypoplasia, as well as delayed skeletal development. As such, the drug is contraindicated in children under 8 years of age. Elderly patients. Caution is advised in elderly individuals due to potential age-related organ decline, particularly renal and hepatic function. Photosensitivity. Some patients may develop heightened sensitivity to sunlight, resulting in skin reactions. Patients should be advised to avoid direct sunlight and discontinue the medication if any skin irritation occurs. Intracranial hypertension. Benign intracranial hypertension may present with headache or visual disturbances. Oxytetracycline should be discontinued immediately if these symptoms occur. Hepatotoxicity and pancreatitis. High doses of oxytetracycline have been associated with fatty liver syndrome and pancreatitis. Caution is warranted in patients with underlying liver disease. Coagulation effects. Oxytetracycline can reduce plasma prothrombin activity. If administered with anticoagulants such as warfarin, dosage adjustments may be necessary. Pregnancy. Oxytetracycline should not be used systemically during the second half of pregnancy due to potential harm to the fetus, including impaired bone growth and permanent tooth discoloration. Lactation. As oxytetracycline is excreted into breast milk, its use during breastfeeding is not recommended. A risk-benefit assessment should determine whether to discontinue the drug or cease breastfeeding. 5. Side effects of oxytetracycline. Adverse effects of oxytetracycline are primarily dose-dependent and most commonly affect the gastrointestinal tract. While oral use presents a higher risk of side effects, intramuscular administration is not exempt. Common side effects include gastrointestinal, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, anorexia, abdominal pain, and in some cases, esophageal ulcers. Dental, permanent tooth discoloration and enamel hypoplasia, particularly in children. Central nervous system, elevated intracranial pressure, pseudotumor cerebri, bulging fontanelle in infants. Skin, photosensitivity, pruritus, exfoliative dermatitis, and other dermatologic reactions. Injection site, thrombophlebitis. Other, hypersensitivity reactions, secondary infections, pigmentation of nails, and, rarely, diabetes insipidus. Patients experiencing any of these adverse effects should consult their healthcare provider promptly. 6. Oxytetracycline drug interactions. Several drug interactions may influence the efficacy and safety of oxytetracycline. Antacids, products containing aluminum, calcium, magnesium, or zinc reduce the absorption of oxytetracycline and should be avoided within 2 hours of taking the drug. Barbiturates, phenytoin, carbamazepine. These medications can accelerate the metabolism of oxytetracycline, reducing its half-life and therapeutic effect. Warfarin. Oxytetracycline may potentiate the effects of warfarin. Monitoring and dose adjustment of the anticoagulant may be required. Penicillin. Due to its bacteriostatic action, oxytetracycline may interfere with the bactericidal effect of penicillin. Concurrent use should be avoided. Diabetes medications. Oxytetracycline may enhance the hypoglycemic effects of insulin and sulfonylureas in diabetic patients, necessitating close monitoring. Vitamin A and retinoids. Concurrent use increases the risk of benign intracranial hypertension. This combination is contraindicated.